A fool is known by his speech, and a wise man by silence. Lust weakens both body and mind. Respect yourself, the rest will follow. Don't try to cover your mistakes with false words, rather correct your mistakes with examination. Friendship is one soul in two bodies. You should make great things, not promising great things. Time is the soul of this world. If you're asked, what is the silence? Respond, it is the first stone of the wisdom's temple. No man is free who cannot control himself. Practice restraint over the following: appetite first, as well as sleep, lust, and anger. The wise man should be prepared for everything that does not lie within his control. Do not spend in excess like one who is careless of what is good, nor be miserly. The mean is best in every case. Know thyself, and thou wilt know the universe. Thought is an idea in transit, which when once released, never can be lured back, nor the spoken word recalled. Don't disarrange my circles. The soul of man is divided into three parts: intelligence, reason, and passion. Intelligence and passion are possessed by other animals, but reason by man alone. It is better to be silent than to dispute with the ignorant. Truth is to be sought with a mind purified from the passions of the body. Having overcome evil things, thou shalt experience the union of the mortal divinity with the mortal man. The stars in the heavens sing a music, if only we had ears to hear. Ability and necessity dwell near each other. The experience of life in a finite, limited body is specifically for the purpose of discovering and manifesting supernatural existence. You will know that wretched men are the cause of their own suffering, who neither see nor hear the good that is near them, and few are the ones who know how to secure release from their troubles. Most men and women by birth or nature lack the means to advance in wealth or power, but all have the ability to advance in knowledge. Respect gods before demigods, heroes before men, and first among men your parents, but respect yourself most of all. Wisdom, thoroughly learned, will never be forgotten. As long as man continues to be the ruthless destroyer of lower living beings, he will never know health or peace. For as long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. Educate the children, and it won't be necessary to punish the men. Choose always the way that seems the best, however rough it may be. Custom will soon render it easy and agreeable. No one is free who has not obtained the empire of himself. We ought so to behave to one another as to avoid making enemies of our friends, and at the same time to make friends of our enemies. In this theater of man's life, it is reserved only for God and angels to be lookers-on. Some are slaves of ambition or money, but others are interested in understanding life itself. These give themselves the name of philosophers, and they value the contemplation and discovery of nature beyond all other pursuits. The wind is blowing. Adore the wind. Astonishing, everything is intelligent. Truth is so great a perfection that if God would render himself visible to men, he would choose light for his body and truth for his soul. If you have a wounded heart, touch it as little as you would an injured eye. There are only two remedies for the suffering of the soul: hope and patience. There is no word or action but has its echo in eternity. There are in woman's eyes two sorts of tears, the one of grief, the other of deceit. There is a good principle which created order, light, and man, and an evil principle which created chaos, darkness, and woman. It is difficult to walk at one and the same time many paths of life. Govern your tongue before all other things, following the gods. Meditate upon my counsels, love them, follow them. To the divine virtues will they know how to lead thee. I swear it by the one who in our hearts engraved the sacred tetrad symbol, immense and pure, source of nature and model of the gods. Do not go to bed until you have gone over the day 3 times in your mind. What wrong did I do? What good did I accomplish? What did I forget to do? Rest satisfied with doing well, and leave others to talk of you as they please. Write in the sand the flaws of your friend. A blow from your friend is better than a kiss from your enemy. Envy has been, is, and shall be the destruction of many. What is there that envy hath not defamed, or malice left undefiled? Truly no good thing. Every man has been made by God in order to acquire knowledge and contemplate. The beginning of every government starts with the education of our youth. Speak not nor act before thou hast reflected. Without justice no realm may prosper. Instruct thyself for time and patience, favor all. Do not even think of doing what ought not to be done. You should help a man to take up a burden, but you should not help him put it back down. A man is never as big as when he is on his knees to help a child. The oldest, shortest words, yes and no, are those which require the most thought. Learn to be silent. Let your quiet mind listen and absorb. God built the universe on numbers. Government exists only for the good of the governed. Assist a man in raising a burden, but do not assist him in laying it down. Better be mute than dispute with the ignorant. Friends are as companions on a journey, who ought to aid each other to persevere in the road to a happier life. A thought is an idea in transit. If there be light, then there is darkness. If cold, heat. If height, depth. If solid, fluid. If hard, soft. If rough, smooth. If calm, tempest. If prosperity, adversity. If life, death. To cognize the divine essence, this is the highest purpose of soul, sent by the Creator to the earth. Silence is better than unmeaning words. So, in life, some enter the services of fame and others money, but the best choice is that of those few who spend their time in the contemplation of nature and as lovers of wisdom. don't eat your heart. Do not talk a little on many subjects, but much on a few. Numbers have a way of taking a man by the hand and leading him down the path of reason. Salt is born of the purest parents, the sun and the sea. It is better whether to be silent or to say things of more value than silence. Sooner throw a pearl at hazard than an idle or useless word, and do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in a few. The highest goal of music is to connect one's soul to their divine nature, not entertainment. Consider before acting to avoid foolishness. It is the worthless man who speaks and acts thoughtlessly. Let no one persuade you by word or deed to do or say whatever is not best for you. Declining from the public ways, walk in unfrequented paths. Choose rather to be strong of soul than strong of body. He buries gold who hides the truth. Hate and fear breed a poison in the blood, which, if continued, affects eyes, ears, nose, and the organs of digestion. Therefore, it is not wise to hear and remember the unkind things others might say about you. Do not say a little in many words, but a great deal in a few. Geometry is knowledge of the eternally existent. As soon as laws are necessary for men, they are no longer fit for freedom. I would have to say the probability of us dying seems extremely high. It is only necessary to make war with 5 things: with the maladies of the body, the ignorances of the mind, with the passions of the body, with the seditions of the city, and the discords of families. Alas, what wickedness to swallow flesh into our own flesh, to fatten our greedy bodies by cramming in other bodies, to have one living creature fed by the death of another. Love that shines from within cannot be darkened by obstacles of the world of consequences. Oh, my fellow men, do not defile your bodies with sinful foods. We have corn, we have apples bending down the branches with their weight, and grapes swelling on the vines. There are sweet-flavored herbs and vegetables which can be cooked and softened over the fire, nor are you denied milk or thyme-scented honey. The earth affords a lavish supply of riches, of innocent foods, and offers you banquets that involve no bloodshed or slaughter. Only beasts satisfy their hunger with flesh, and not even all of those, because horses, cattle, and sheep live on grass. Strength of mind rests in sobriety, for this keeps your reason unclouded by passion. There is geometry in the humming of the strings. There is music in the spacing of the spheres. In anger, we should refrain both from speech and action. Practice justice in word and deed, and do not get in the habit of acting thoughtlessly about anything. None can be free who is a slave to and ruled by his passions. We come from God, as the tree from the root and the stream from the spring. That's why we should always be in contact with him, as the trunk from the root. Because the stream dries up when it is separated from the spring, and the tree dies when it is uprooted. Allow not sleep to close your eyes before 3 times, reflecting on your actions of the day. What deeds done well, what not? what left undone. A stone is frozen music. When the wise man opens his mouth, the beauties of his soul present themselves to the view like the statues in a temple. Concern should drive us into action and not into a depression. No man is free who cannot control himself. Evolution is the law of life. Number is the law of the universe. Unity is the law of God. Learn silence with the quiet serenity of a meditative mind. Listen, absorb, transcribe, and transform. Animals share with us the privilege of having a soul. Each celestial body, in fact, each and every atom, produces a particular sound on account of its movement, its rhythm or vibration. All these sounds and vibrations form a universal harmony in which each element, while having its own function and character, contributes to the whole. Above all things, respect yourself. Wealth is a weak anchor, and glory cannot support a man. This is the law of God, that virtue only is firm and cannot be shaken by a tempest. Know that death comes to everyone, and that wealth will sometimes be acquired, sometimes lost. Whatever griefs mortals suffer by divine chance, whatever destiny you have, endure it and do not complain. But it is right to improve it as much as you can, and remember this: fate does not give very many of these griefs to good people. Souls never die, but always on quitting one abode pass to another. All things change, nothing perishes. The soul passes hither and thither, occupying now this body, now that, as a wax is stamped with certain figures, then melted, then stamped anew with others. Yet it is always the same wax, so the soul being always the same, yet wears at different times different forms. Be silent, or let thy words be worth more than silence.